This is Charles with Exodus Dispatching and Training. Wanted to make a public service announcement starting March 1st. I think that's a Friday. We will have freight broker one-on-one training for beginners where we offer the training course on how to be a freight broker or a freight broker agent, the concepts of being a freight broker. What is a freight broker? What is a shipper? What is a carrier? Things like that. What is the role of a freight broker? Some of the things that are going to be covered in freight broker one-on-one training for beginners will be like what are some of the prerequisites of being a freight broker? A prerequisites or pre-qualifier, some of the things that are asked, like when you're filling out the forms on the FMCSA government website, they're going to see what type of business you are. So one of the pre-qualifiers for freight brokering is you have to have a business set up already, business name, tax ID number, legal structure, whether it's an LLC, sole proprietor, things like that. And we go over that for you. The difference between a freight broker and a freight broker agent, we cover that. Speaking about the main difference, I'll just touch up on a point. One of the main points is one of the major differences between a freight broker and a broker agent is that the broker agent do not have the legal compliance or the financial responsibilities of a freight broker. The agent works up under the authority of the broker. They don't have any expenses as far as covering the bond premiums and the insurance, BOC3 processing agents, and things like that. The agent works up under the broker, works for the broker. So another thing we deal with the workflow of brokering or broker agent, the 4 R's, and working capital. We talk about those things. And then some of the freight broker requirements. What are the requirements for being a freight broker? We discuss dealing with shippers because the main customers for brokers or broker agents are the shippers. You get the contracts with the shippers, and then another customer of the brokers and the broker agents are also the carriers. So you bring the shippers on board with a broker shipper agreement or contract, and then you marry them or you merge them with the broker carrier agreements where you bring the carriers on board to move those loads for those shippers. So the two go hand in hand. So we talk about dealing with shippers. And then we just mentioned the different packets. So we deal with packet types, the shipper broker packet and the broker carrier packets. So again, the broker is the middleman, or the broker agent is the middle person in between those two. And then we also discuss a workflow of booking a load. So from the time that you get a load or several loads sent from a shipper, they give you their loads. They may put them in an email, send them out to other brokers as well, because you have to realize you're not the only broker or brokerage that is receiving emails from this specific shipper. You're not exclusive to that shipper. They send out loads or load lists to other brokers as well. So you're realistically, you are competing with other brokers. I'm not sure if other people have explained that, but that is the case. So whoever finds the truck first for that load gets that load. That's how that works. We also speak about in addition to booking the load, once you find a truck for that load, of course, then the shipper is going to send you the load tender, and then you build the load and produce a rate confirmation for the carrier, and then you take your spread or your percentage out for your profit. So that's how that works on a high level. And we'll go into detail about exactly how that's done. We talk about TMS systems. TMS stands for Transportation Management System. An example of one is Algex, Ascend, TMS, eFreight Solutions. There's some other that has an onboarding one. And then we deal with other tools, resources, and documents. And then we have training videos as well on our Freight Broker 101 training for beginners platform. The pricing point for enrollment into Freight Broker 101 training for beginners is $399. It's a one-time payment, and once you pay that, you're in. This is an ongoing training. That is not a day, a week, month. You train for as long as you like. Another interesting incentive to this as well is, as you train and you become versed and experienced in it, I have partnered with, or Exodus Dispatching and Training has partnered with real brokerages who are willing to bring those people who are further along in their learning processes and Freight Broker 101 training for beginners, bring them to work under their brokerage as freight agents. So now you can come in under a real brokerage, get that experience, build your customer base, or what is called a book of business, your customers, to the point where now you're making, you're making a decent income under the brokerage. But if you decide you want to branch out and form your own brokerage, you can. So, and also depending on the agreement that you have with that brokerage that you came up under as an agent, you can either take all of your book of business with you or a percentage, let's say half. So that is an incentive of going through Freight Broker 101, that you will be presented an opportunity to work under a brokerage. Now, mind you, coming into a broker with no experience, no book of business, the commission split is starts at 50-50. The standard split is 60-40, and 60 goes to the freight agent and 40 goes to the brokerage. And then as you get more experience and you come under a brokerage with a steady book of business, and those numbers can go up like 70-30, 80-20, so on and so forth. And the higher numbers go to the freight agents, 70% to the agent, 30% to the broker, or 80% to the agent, 20% to the broker, so on and so forth. So that is an incentive for going through Freight Broker 101 training for beginners, is the opportunity will be presented to you as you get more experience and learning through this platform, Freight Broker Training 101 for beginners, to participate and contract with a live brokerage and coming up under their authority as an agent, because you may not even be ready to formulate your own brokerage yet. You may not have the capital to start. So prior to having the capital to start, why not build the capital to start by working under a brokerage? And then once you get to a point where you're financially able to do so, then you can break away. So the pricing point again is $399 through the month of March, up to March 31st. I have a 2-for-1 special for that price. So two people can come in under Freight Broker Training for $399 and get the same level of training. You get access to the back office site where the tools and resources are. You get the ebook for free. It's a 38-page ebook on freight brokering, the basics of it. And we will be formulating a Facebook group too, Freight Broker 101, pretty soon, so we can all inter-network with one another, and a Freight Broker chat group as well. So www.exodusdispatchingandtraining.com/freight-broker-basics 101 training. Go to that site. It's scrolling across the top there for details. And the training that the / Freight Broker 101 basics training, that is not a misspelling there. It is TRAINNG. Most people think there's an I in there, but copy and paste that link, and you'll be able to go to the site and then get more details from there. So www.exodusdispatchingandtraining.com. And if you just go exodusdispatchingandtraining.com, at the top you'll see Home, Dispatch Services, Dispatcher 101 Training, and Freight Broker 101 Training. If you click the Freight Broker 101 Training, you'll be taken to the same area as the link at the top of the screen that's scrolling right now is presenting to you. So either way, www.exodusdispatchingandtraining.com, and then go to the Freight Broker 101 Training for beginners. $399, the entry point, one-time payment. The pricing point is fairly inexpensive for the level of training that you're going to receive, for the period of time that you're going to receive the training. So you can stay in as long as you like. Once you're in. Even if you decide to leave, you still have access to the tools and resources to come back and use as a reference. So for those who are interested in getting Freight Broker training and then getting the opportunity to start off as an agent with a live brokerage, I strongly encourage you to at least consider this platform to join Freight Broker 101 Training for beginners. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Talk to you soon.